Hello there, this is your buddy Vince, and today we are back with a good topic that you might find really helpful. So if you are watching this video, you are probably just before your United States citizenship interview, or either you are preparing actively or you are thinking about taking the United States citizenship test and interview sometime in future. So no matter whether you have already scheduled a citizenship interview or you just submitted your application and waiting for the date, or you started working on your application, or you are thinking about getting United States citizenship sometime in near future, maybe in several months or in several years. No matter which stage of that thought you are lucky that you found this video, because in this video I will teach you the whole process of United States citizenship interview and interview questions for the Civic test. But not only that, we will also practice, you and me, we will practice the English test, Civic test, and all that will go together through all the questions for the current naturalization test from 2019. And not only that, but we will role play together, with me playing the role of an interviewer and you of the interviewee, of the applicant applying for citizenship. Why? For that reason that when you go to the actual interview, you are prepared not only with the knowledge, but also you feel comfortable and calm, and you control all your body, your thoughts, you know the answers, and also the interview is not a surprise for you, because what they don't know, it is something that you and me, we rehearsed together. So you might have that advantage over the other applicants. So you probably have seen many advertisements online that they are teaching you and telling you that if you sign up right now and pay, that they will prepare you for the citizenship, civic test, and for the interview. And they have different study groups where you can sign up and you have to go, and they are teaching you the questions and the answers. Well, guess what? You don't have to pay anything, because you have this video and we will go through all of the questions, not just some of them, and we'll do it all for free right now, you and me. Did you know that number two biggest fear of all people after the fear of death is, you're right, fear of public speaking? Most of us are really afraid of speaking in public or speaking in front of other people. For instance, like a job interview, which is one of my other videos you can check. But other interviews or interrogations or performing on a stage. Have you ever gone on the stage, let's say at school performance, or went to school to take a test, and even though you studied really hard and you thought you remembered everything, in the moment you got on a stage or you got the paper, your mind went blank. And the stress kicks in, your cortisol level goes up, your adrenaline kicks in, pumping your blood quicker through your heart, and you're experiencing that sensation you are not used to. You see, this is the difference between studying or learning something at home and going out there and being hit with the reality where you have the human being staring you in the face and you just get nervous. So don't worry, I am not going to let you fail in this category. We will train together so you can feel comfortable, rehearsed, calm with your answers, okay? So stay to the end of this video, and by the end of this video, I promise you will feel like you've done it already, you will know what to expect, and because you will have done it by then already. And you will feel more comfortable with your anxiety, because it will not be new to you anymore. So please, stay till the end of this video, let's learn and let's practice. And if you like this video, or you find it useful and you feel that like it helped you at least a little bit, you can thank me by subscribing to my channel. Click subscribe down there, and if you click like to this video, it will be very appreciated as well, and I promise I'll make more useful videos. And right now, let's get to the point. So before we will get to practicing for the test, let's talk a little bit about the interview. First thing, what do you need to bring? You have to remember to bring your interview appointment notice to your interview. They will not let you go sit in a waiting room before that notice. Number 2, you have to bring a state identification like your state ID, driver license. Number 3, all valid and expired passports as well. Number 4, you will finally be asked to take the English test and the Civic test, which is you will receive 5 or 6 of the 100 questions that we will practice today. The purpose of this interview and those tests is to test your ability to speak and write English, to test your knowledge of US history and government. Number 3, which is the final one you are waiting for, is to make a decision whether you are eligible to be naturalized and receive the United States citizenship. So what will happen? You will arrive in the large building, which is the government building, and you will go to the desk where the lady or the gentleman will hand you a sheet to sign up. You will write your name, your last name, perhaps they might ask you, it might have a number of your citizenship interview notice. You will take the number from your notice and write it there too. You will hand it there, and the lady will say, okay, please sit down. Your name will be read when the officer, immigration officer is ready to see you. Then you go, you take a chair with all the other people, and you wait. In my case, when I was taking it, it took about 20-30 minutes. I've heard that sometimes the lines are a little bit longer. So you might be ready to sit there for about hour and a half. So try not to schedule any important meetings or dates within the next couple hours after the interview, because you don't know how long it is going to take. The interview usually takes about 20 minutes. The officer will come out from one of the rooms and read your last name. After that, you will follow him to the room where you both sit down, and here is where the interview starts. The officer will take your application and will review it. We'll start looking through the pages and we'll start asking you, is your name so-and-so? Is your last name so-and-so? So what country you were born? Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. He will ask you a couple questions. How is the family? How is everything going? How is school or work? To just to ease you in. And then he will say, okay, let's test right now your knowledge on English language. So the first test is something that unfortunately it is hard for us to study because you never know what they are going to ask you. In my case, what happened, the officer asked me, okay, take this paper and write for me. My mother works at school. Then write underneath, I have a dog and I like to play with him. Number 3, he told me to write, I don't remember, something, my favorite place to go for vacation is Spain. And I wrote it, he overlooked it, he said, okay, now let's test your speaking abilities. So he said, where did you grow up? Answer in English. And I answered. Then, where do you work? I answer in English. And my third question, I think it was something about my hobbies. My favorite hobby, tell me what are your favorite hobbies? And you tell him that. But you see, it depends on the officer and the questions might be changing. To pass that part, make sure that you can communicate on at least fundamental level in English. So you can introduce yourself, tell a little bit about where you're from, what your name is, where do you work, something about your parents, and answer simple questions like, hi, how are you? My name is so-and-so. I like to do such and such. And now the second part of the interview that you've been probably waiting for is that, yes, you guessed it, is the civic test, the naturalization test that we all study and we all are scared and afraid of. And what was that? Oh yes, that's right. That you don't have to worry about anything because we will practice it and we'll ace it right now. Okay, so are you ready? I'm gonna go right now and I will leave you here and I will ask one of the immigration officers to take my place right here and he will do the citizenship interview civic test with you right now. So pause this video, make sure that you are ready, and we will be right back. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Officer Vince. I am the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services Officer, and I will be today reviewing your application, and also we'll be going through the naturalization test. So I have reviewed your application already. I see that you are eligible. You have your passport, your driver license, all the documentation here. Here is your notice. Okay. Okay. So first, let me test your English. And tell me a little bit about yourself. What is your name? Okay. What country are you from? What country you are from? Tell me about your hobbies. Tell me, why do you want to become naturalized citizen of United States? Okay. Okay, very good, very well. Right now, we will move to the next step, and I will perform a U.S. Citizenship and Immigration, Civics, History and Government, Naturalization test. Are you ready? Okay, I'm sure you had a guide and you studied for it. So, I might ask you at the real interview about 5 or 6 or 7 of these questions. However, right now, since we are practicing, I will ask you all of them so we can prepare better, okay? First, we will go through the principles of American democracy part. Number 1, tell me, what is the supreme law of the land in the United States? The right answer would be the Constitution. Number 2, what does the Constitution do? Okay, the right answer could be one of these: sets up government, defines the government, or protects basic rights of Americans. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? The correct answer would be we, the people. Number 4, tell me, what is the amendment? The right answer would be, an amendment is a change, an addition to the Constitution. Number 5, tell me, what do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? We call it the Bill of Rights. Number 6, tell me, what is one right of freedom from the First Amendment? Okay. For this question, they're asking you for one, and any of them would be right. Speech, religion, assembly, press, petition the government. but you only need to say one, either of those. Number 7, how many amendments does the Constitution have? If you said 27 amendments, you would be correct. What did the Declaration of Independence do? You could choose either of the three. Announced our independence from Great Britain, or declared our independence from Great Britain, or said that the United States is free from Great Britain. Number 9. What are 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence? Okay, you could have picked either of these: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. What is freedom of religion? And for this question, you can use your own words. The answer is something in that you can practice any religion or not practice any religion at all. Number 11. What is economic system in the United States? Both answers would be correct if you answered capitalist economy or market economy. Number 12. What is the rule of law? Okay, either of these answers would be correct if you answered everyone must follow the law, leaders must obey the law, government must obey the law, no one is above the law. Okay, now part B of the civic test, system of government. Number 13, name one branch or part of the government. Okay, so tell me at least one branch of the government. Either one would have been correct if you said Congress, legislative, president, executive, the courts, judicial. Those are branches of the United States government. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? The correct answers would be checks and balances or separation of powers. Number 15. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The president is in charge of the executive branch. Who makes federal laws in the United States? 2 answers would be correct. Congress and or Senate and House of Representatives, and US or national legislature. You can just say legislature. Number 17. What are 2 parts of the United States Congress? The answer is the United States Congress is divided into Senate and House of Representatives. So Senate and House of Representatives. Number 18. How many United Senators are there? There are 100 United States Senators. We select United States Senator for how many years? We select Senator for 6 years. Who is one of your United States Senators now? Meaning of your state. And here the answer will vary. You see, you have to go online, Google, and check who are the senators from your state that you are in. Number 21. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? 435. Here you have to remember this number, 435. We elect United States representatives for how many years? For 2. Remember, president is 4 years. House of United States representatives are for 2 years. Name your United States representatives. Again, answers will vary depending on your state. Who does a United States Senator represent? United States Senator represents all the people from his or her state. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? Because of the state's population. Because they have more people, because some states have more people than others. Any of those answers will be correct. We elect the United States presidents for how many years? And I think I answered it before. That's right, for 4 years. In what month do we vote for president? November. The answer is November. What is the name of the president of United States right now? Right now, if you were answering this, it would be Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. Who is the vice president of the United States right now? Your answer would be Mike Pence is the vice president of the United States. Okay, question number 30. If the president can no longer serve as the United States president, who becomes a president then? The vice president becomes the president. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president then? The answer would be the Speaker of the House. Okay, number 32. Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? The answer is the president. 33. Who signs bill to become laws? The answer is the president. 34. Who vetoes bills? Also the president. President can veto, meaning he does not agree with a bill. President vetoes the bill. What does the president's cabinet do? President's cabinet advises the president. Okay. And now, number 36. They want you to name 2 cabinet level positions. So you have president and you have president's cabinet, and name 2 of the cabinet positions. Hint, these are his advisors. Okay. You could choose either of Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Commerce, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Education, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of Health, Secretary of Homeland Security, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Secretary of Interior, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of State, Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of Veteran Affairs, Attorney General, or Vice President. 37. What does the judicial branch do? And you can answer either. Judicial branch reviews laws, explains the laws, resolves disputes, decides if the law goes against the Constitution. Number 38. What is the highest court in the United States? The highest court in the United States is the Supreme Court. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? Those may vary. You have to go on Google and check the answer. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States right now? Again, though the answers might vary as the names are changing. You should go and check who is the Chief of Justice right now. Chief Justice of the United States right now. Under the Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? You can answer either to print money, to declare war, to create an army, to make treaties. Number 42. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states? So what can states do by themselves? Okay, you could have told me they can provide schooling and education, they can provide protection, police, they can provide safety, fire, they can give a driver licenses, they can approve zoning and land use. Number 43. Who is governor of your state right now? In my case, in California, the governor is Gavin Newsom. However, it will vary on the state. What is the capital of your state? Again, in my case, in California, it is Sacramento. But in your case, it may vary. What are the two major political parties in the United States? Democratic and Republican Party. What is the political party of the president right now? Your answer right now, since we have President Donald Trump, would be a Republican Party. What is the name of the Speaker of the House right now? You would have to check that in Google because the answers can vary depending on the time. Okay, the next section that we'll be going through is rights and responsibilities. Tell me, there are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Citizens 18 and older, you don't have to pay to vote. Any citizen can vote, and male citizen of any race can vote. What is one responsibility that is only for the United States citizens? And there are 2 of them. Serve on the jury. Number 2, vote in federal elections. Number 50, name one right only for the United States citizens. Vote in federal election or run for federal office. Number 51, what are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States? And you have to pick 2 of either of these. You know what they are? Okay, if you mention any of these, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of petition the government, freedom to petition a government, freedom of religion, and the right to bear arms. If you mention any of 2 of these, you would be correct. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? 2 options. To the United States, to the flag. 53. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? You make a promise to give up loyalty to other countries, to defend the Constitution and laws of the United States, to obey the laws of the United States, to serve in the military, to serve to the nation, and be loyal to the United States. Tell me now, how old do citizens have to be to vote for the president? The citizens must be 18 and older. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? And you have to pick two of any of these. Vote, join a political party, help with campaign, join a civic group, join community group, give an elected official your opinion on an issue, call senators and representatives, publicly support or oppose an issue of policy, run for the office, or write to a newspaper. Number 56. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? The answer would be April 15. When must all men register for the Selective Service? The answer would be at age 18, between 18 and 26 years old. Colonial period and independence questions of the American history part of the Civic. Are you ready? Okay. What is one reason colonists came to America? Okay, you have to give only one reason, but the reasons might be freedom, political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunity, practice their own religion, escape persecutions. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? Questions would be American Indians or Native Americans. You can use either word. Number 60. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? Either answer would be correct. Africans, African Americans, or people from Africa. Why did the colonists fight the British? Because of high taxes, because the British army stayed in their houses, and because they didn't have self-government and they wanted to have their own self-government. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? The Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? If you said July 4th, 1776, you would be unfortunately correct. July 4, 1776. There were 13 original states. Name 3 of them. And you can name either of the 13 here. New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, or Georgia. Number 65. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? Okay, the answer should be the Constitution was written, the Founding Fathers wrote the Constitution. When was the Constitution written? If you answered 1787, you would not be incorrect because it is correct answer. 1787. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the United States Constitution. Name one of the writers, and you can name either or. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, or Publius. Number 68. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? Okay, he was a United States diplomat. He was oldest member of the Constitutional Convention. He was the first Postmaster General of the United States. He was writer of Poor Richard Almanac. And the last one, he started the first free libraries. Those are the things that Benjamin Franklin was famous for. Who is the father of our country? If you said George Washington, you would be correct. Who was the first president? That's right. It was also George Washington. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? And the answers would be, well, the answer would be Louisiana or Louisiana Territory. If you say either way, you'll be correct. Number 72. Name one war fought by the United States in 1800s. I feel like a Jeopardy channel or something here. But, jokes aside, we are practicing for your test. War of 1812, Mexican-American War, Civil War, or Spanish-American War. Name the US war between the North and the South. Okay, you could have said the Civil War or the war between the states. Both would be correct. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. There were many, but choose just one of them. Okay, it could have been slavery, economic issues, economic reasons, states' rights. What is one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? He did many, however, choose one of them and tell me. Okay. The correct answers you can tell me are, for instance, he freed the slaves, he saved the Union, or he led the United States during the Civil War. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Okay. The Emancipation Proclamation did freed the slaves, freed slaves in the Confederacy, freed the slaves in the Confederate States, or you can say freed the slaves in most of southern states. Either one will be correct. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Susan B. Anthony fought for women's rights. Or you can also say that she fought for civil rights. Okay, now we are moving to the section of recent American history and other important historical information. Starting with question number 78. Name one war that fought by the United States in 1900s. So that's the last century. Okay, 20th century, so between 1900 and 1999. Tell me about one of the wars. Okay, I needed only one, and it could have been World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Persian Gulf War. Number 79. Who was the president during World War One? If you answered that during World War One president was Woodrow Wilson, you would have been correct. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? The answer would be Franklin Roosevelt. Who did the United States fight in World War II? World War II was against 3 countries, so you can pick one of them, which would be Japan, Germany, and Italy. Before he was a president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? If you said World War II, unfortunately you would not be incorrect because this is a correct answer. We are moving up. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? What were they the most wary of? That's right. They were very wary of communism. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? That was a civil rights movement. What did Martin Luther King do? Okay. He fought for civil rights. He worked for equality for all Americans. What major events happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? Do you remember? I can give you a hint. New York, Twin Towers, airplanes. That's right. Terrorists attacked the United States. Number 87, and here you can give us only one. However, there might be many correct answers. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Pick one. Perfect. That will work. You could have picked either Cherokee, Navajo, Sioux, Pueblo, Apache, Iroquois, Creek, Blackfeet, and many other tribes. Next one will be about the geography of United States. Name one of the longest rivers in the United States. Okay. Remember, we have 2 longest rivers, and it is Mississippi and Missouri. 89. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? Okay, think California, Oregon, Washington, Pacific Ocean. That's correct. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? The correct answer would be Atlantic Ocean. Okay, now name one of the United States territories. Not states, territories. Okay, you could have chosen one of either Puerto Rico, US Virgin Islands, American Samoa, North Mariana Islands, or Guam. 92. Name one state that borders Canada. So think north up. What borders Canada? You could say, that's right, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, or Alaska. Name one state that borders Mexico. So think down south. Starting from California. I just said California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. What is the capital of the United States? And hopefully, you should get this one. That's right, Washington, D.C. Where is the Statue of Liberty? Where is it? Okay. Your answers would be correct if you answered New York, New York Harbor, Liberty Islands. You can also say acceptable will be if you said New Jersey, near New York City, on Hudson River in New York. Number 96. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? What was that? Okay. Yep. If you were thinking that 13 stripes because of the 13 original colonies, you would be correct. There are 13 stripes because 13 original colonies of the United States upon establishment. So each stripe represents one of these colonies. What about the stars? Why does the flag have 50 stars? If you said that it is because there is 50 states, you would be correct. Each star represents one state. What is the name of the national anthem of the United States? The anthem is called Star Spangled Banner. 99. What do we celebrate? When do we celebrate Independence Day? That's a good day to remember. July 4th is the Independence Day. And 100. Tell me two of the United States national holidays. There is many. I want you to tell me only two of them. Okay, correct answers could have been correct answers could have been New Year's Day, Martin Luther King's Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. At this point, we got to the end of the naturalization test, the civic portion. I hope you answered most of my questions. Remember, this was just a practice, so you can practice with me as much as you want by replaying this video. However, I will see you at the real test, and then I will ask you 5 to 7 questions chosen from these, all the same questions that I just asked you right here. So let's go again until you get 100%. In the meantime, good luck on your test, and I have a next applicant here. Come on in. Okay, I'm back. Well, so how did you do? How did your interview go? Do you feel at least a little bit more comfortable right now and a little bit more prepared? Did you miss a lot of questions? How did your questions go? Write down below in the comments some of the questions that you had the biggest trouble with remembering. I hope you did very well, and if not, watch this video a couple more times, as long as you can ace the whole interview and remember the answers to all the questions. And not only that, but also you feel comfortable with another person sitting in front of you and asking you questions. You see, some of the most important and most scary for most of us is just a person sitting in front of you with the eye contact and staring at you and telling you, tell me this right now. So I hope that this video actually helped you to overcome that fear a little bit, and you feel much more comfortable, calm, and you are just ready to go and kill it. So if you did enjoy this video and you found it at least a little bit helpful, please click subscribe right now to my channel for more helpful and useful videos that will be coming up your way. And if you like, and if you click like as well, so it will be very appreciated, and that will be really, really happy for me that some people really liked it and found it useful and that it helped somebody. So one more time, this was your buddy Vince. Subscribe to see more upcoming episodes, and have a great day and good luck at your interview.